We welcome to Raw Recap from backstage at Monday Night Raw the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, who will go to WrestleMania, who will defend that World Heavyweight title against Jey Uso. And Gunther, I've got to start. First of all, thank you so much for your time and for joining us on Raw Recap. But the look that I just saw on your face as Jey Uso explained what his plan was for you at WrestleMania. I've watched everything you've done. You know that. I've never seen that look on your face before. What is going through your mind right now? Not when you got to the building, right now, when it comes to Jey Uso.
As you just mentioned, it's an interview with me, Gunther. So I'm not interested in speaking about Jey Uso. So if you have any further questions that are about myself, then I'm happy to have a little interview here. But otherwise,
So you don't want to talk about the WrestleMania match at all?
I don't want to talk about Jey Uso.
Okay. I mean,
I had a great reign. We just came back from Europe. We had record-breaking houses there. I was on every live event. I was on almost every TV over there. I think there's enough to talk about in that regard. So let's talk about the fantastic reign I'm having, and I'm still going to have after WrestleMania.
okay. Okay. I mean, okay. Okay. When you talk, all right. So you've had some incredible WrestleMania matches in the past, right? You had an incredible match last year with Sami Zayn. You had a match that I think was a breakout match for you 2 years ago in the triple threat with Drew and Sheamus. To walk in this year, let's say you talk about your reign as World Heavyweight Champion, to walk in as WWE World Heavyweight Champion to WrestleMania, as somebody who has wanted to do this all their life, as somebody who has given their entire life to professional wrestling, to walk into the biggest show with the biggest prize, how do you wrap your head around that?
I never had an issue with fitting in those situations. I always knew what I'm capable of. I always knew where I belong. So it was never a question for me that I would end up in those positions. And even though this year it's not the scenario I wanted to be in, I have an opponent that's overreaching by a mile, that is not on my level. And that's what I'm carrying around with me right now. And going into that, if you ask me, am I excited? I don't know. Don't think there's much excitement to that. I think there's mostly, I'm a professional wrestler, I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. There's a duty to fulfill, and I'm going to do that.
But when
Gunther, do you ever get excited? You know, you seem like someone who's so business as usual. Is there a match or an opponent or a premium live event like WrestleMania that gets you excited?
I think my personal feelings, it's too intimate of a question to answer, I think. I'm here to fulfill my duties as World Heavyweight Champion. That's what I'm doing right now.
All right. What did you think? I mean, let's go. I saw a pretty remarkable moment, I thought, with you very recently. One of the things that you do as World Heavyweight Champion is you're across WWE's programming. And I was watching you on LFG, and you had this moment with The Undertaker where you kind of stepped up to him and you kind of challenged him on his abilities as a coach to be in that moment with as sure of yourself as you obviously are, to be in that moment with The Undertaker and to realize, like, no, I'm gonna challenge this legend of all legends. Is there an adrenaline rush that goes with that? Is there a what is that feeling?
No, there's no adrenaline rush with that. I've been teaching and coaching people in professional wrestling since I don't know how long. Must be more than 10 years now. And I know my experience in that, and I know what I'm looking for in people. And I think in that regard, I have more experience than Taker has himself. I don't think he coached or trained a lot of people, and it was my job that day to point out things I see, and that's what I did.
Wow. You know, I was talking about your previous WrestleMania matches, and I think that triple threat with Sheamus and Drew is one that comes up a lot when you talk about the career of Gunther. And that's one of those matches that I think if there were any doubters as to what you were capable of on a stage that big, they were all silenced. When you look back, I don't know if you do look back, quite frankly, but if you were to look back on that match, is that something that you're prideful of? Is that a match that you consider a highlight so far?
You know, and you guys might not understand that. You are two pundits sitting in the studio. I'm the one that is out here week by week, and that carries his body out there to the entertainment of the audience. If I live in the past, if I think about the past, if I think about those big moments back then, I'm never going to progress forward. And we are a little bit more than a week away from WrestleMania. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders right now, and that's where my focus is. I don't want to reminisce about the past. I did what I did. I'm always going to stand for what I did, but that's it. I'm looking forward to fulfill my duty as the World Heavyweight Champion.
You appeared, and this is just me watching as a fan, and I could be totally wrong, but you appeared to be much more animated earlier in the evening. You appear when you were rolling up your sleeves, when you showed up at the beginning of your segment on Monday Night Raw, you appeared to be animated. I mean, even last week, I'm assuming you don't want to talk about last week either, but last week was something that I think set the world on fire, at least from a fan perspective. And
You know, I think I've said my piece. I think I made it clear what my motivation is right now. Yeah, thank you for your time. But my time just ran out on your show, so I wish you good evening.
Well, thanks to the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.